Morning to you. Interesting. Interesting flavor. Interesting indeed. Kahawa. It's in. I'm not sure. There's definitely a bit of a darker note to it. Has a little bit of that chocolatey bitterness. It is a medium roast, but it's definitely a stronger medium roast. It's good, but I would say 6.5 at most. Not bad. Certainly better than whatever you're gonna, get at like a convention center. But anyway, it is another morning. Very unfortunate morning, because I'm doing decent with my sleeping and stuff now. Did a good sleep again, but ooh. My weight has been going up at about 0.3 pounds every single day. Not my weight, sorry. 0.3. The weight has been going up about that much, and it's been like 0.3% body fat has been going up. My weight has been going up, which was fine because I have actually been building muscle. I can tell that strength-wise at the gym. And I could tell with the scale measurements of my muscle mass. But the fat has also been going up, and it hit 10.7% today. I will not tolerate that. I just won't. So I'm going to have to go back to my full 9% workout and diet. So that is it. Unfortunately, things like this, they're forever maintenance. Like you can't just stop pushing. At least I can't. I don't understand my body well enough because it's just weird, and it's weird. Always, you see a lot of people who act like I feel like maybe they're just lying, but they seem to have no. Oh yeah, I'm doing this, and this, and I'm being super active, and they're eating like 2,500, 2,800, 3,000 calories a day, and they're maintaining. I do over 10,000 steps a day. On average, my average this year has been like 13,000 a day. Yesterday I did 14,000 something steps. I do all, so I'm basically on my feet for 16, 17 hours a day. I do a 6K every morning. I do my rice bucket. I go to the gym 5 days a week. I work out for about 2 hours. And I go to failure on some of the exercises every single time. The watch, I very conservative with it. I actually don't input my entire workout. I only input half of my workout into the fitness tracking thing. It knows my height, it knows my weight. It thinks that I'm burning like 28 to 3,200 calories every day. That's what its prediction is. So I should be losing weight because I track my calories, all my macros very, very precisely. I do it, and I do it. In fact, I shouldn't say precisely. I do it conservatively. I always add on extra to the calorie number. Everything else I try to just be super accurate, but to the calories I try actually add on to them to make sure that there's no underestimations. And yet, my body is somehow gaining fat. Well, yeah. By the way, I'm only eating 2,000 to sometimes I hit like 2150. How is that remotely possible to be gaining fat at that? I don't understand. I don't get it. My body is my body's got something wrong with it. I'm telling you. I think part of it is the kind of food that I decided to add into my maintenance diet, as I was enjoying myself, and I put in, now granted it's all healthy foods, but I added in certain fats and stuff, and I protein and fiber. That is it. Protein and fucking fiber, nothing else. My body, I can't have fat. I have to have super low fat in my diet. I know a lot of people fight that nowadays. They fight this idea of the super low fat diets. I find that it's what my body wants. I'm able to eat more if I have lots of fiber, lots of protein. I can have some sugars because my fruits. Don't have a lot of carbs, and I don't have. I have, I have carbs. Sorry, I don't have a lot of fats. The carbs are coming from the fruit, and stuff. But yeah, no, I just like 32, like 28 to 32 grams of fat. That's it in a day. And a lot of people would say that as a bad, but that's what I find works for my body. Otherwise, again, it's something is really odd about my metabolic system. I don't understand why it seems to be somewhat broken. But yeah, you gotta work with you gotta figure out what works for you, and you stick to that. And I'm not advising anybody else to do what I do. I know that a lot of people's bodies can't handle the amount of fiber that I have, because I have like 200 grams of fiber a day. A lot of people struggle with that. If you did it for a week straight, I feel like your body would adjust. The body is usually quite good at adjusting to things. But I wouldn't tell anybody they have to do that, or that they should try it. Do what works for you. But yeah, it's this. I have to return to my no fats because it just doesn't work for whatever reason. I'm not sure what the reason is, but my body doesn't like it. Or my body doesn't react well to it, to having fats in the diet. So, just gonna have to stop it. It is what it is. So, you work with what you got. Which is a shame. 'Cause I like nuts. I like, it's a funny thing to say. Anyway, I love my, like my buckwheat, cashews. Oh, absolutely adore them. And, just can't have them. And I know that somebody's probably disagree with me on these things, but this whole thing where people force specific diets on each other is retarded. Should never do that. Different ones work with different people. Of course, sticking to it, but that's the weirdest thing. Okay, because it is true that thermodynamics. Okay, thermodynamics. How that I can't break thermodynamics, and yet I'm gonna gain fat when I'm in a calorie deficit. I don't understand. It really doesn't make sense. Makes me wonder if maybe something else is wrong. I know my tracking is good, so that's the reason why I'm wondering if maybe somewhere some numbers. If something else got something wrong, I don't know. Something is wrong somewhere, though, it feels like. Because that just doesn't make sense. Maybe that scale is off. Maybe. Because, granted, it's not a DEXA scanner. It's just a scale that I purchased that does the little pulse, electrical pulse, into your body, and it measures your body fat, lean mass, water weight, and all that good stuff. I don't understand how. I mean, maybe it's incorrect. I don't know. I would like to go get an actual DEXA. I know the DEXA is not perfect either. We don't have one around me. I think the closest one would be to go into Texas. I would like to get that and see whether or not it's accurate. I don't know, but I don't. I'm gonna just have to stick with what I got, and assume that it is, even if it's not perfectly accurate. I'm gonna just assume that it is at least consistent, and that the consistency. Use that as my gauge. That I gotta get rid of 1% again. But also, I think it's a valuable lesson as far as something, because I've always pushed this. A diet is not a thing you go on. A diet is what you eat. All of us are on a diet, in the sense that diet, that's what definitionally what the word means. It's what is your dietary intake. And so I changed what my dietary intake was, and clearly I changed it in a direction that just wasn't functional. So Yeah, I thought that once I had done that, I could go to a maintenance that would be more pleasant. That would give me more freedom. It is what it is. I don't mind going back to what I was eating before. What I was eating was good stuff, man. It's stuff that I love. I just thought it would be fun to have a little bit of variety. But no, it's like I don't mind eating identical things every day. And that's what I'll stick to. Have my skewer in the morning with my bagel. Skewer, bagel, fruit. And then second meal of the day after a workout is elk or bison, one of the two. It's always elk or bison. But have my pound of meat, lean meat, that I drain all the fat out of. I count the calories as if the fat's still in there. So that's what I do a very conservative count of my calorie intake. So the count that I end up with is always higher than what I actually consumed. But yeah, I cook the meat, drain out the fat, and I have 120 grams of kale, 120 grams of spinach, with 20 grams of turmeric, 20 grams of ginger, 20 grams of garlic in a bowl. That is what I have. Mix that all together in a bowl and I eat it. And it's fantastic. And that is what I will be going back to. Eating that every single day. And some people would say that sounds unfun, miserable, because they wouldn't dislike eating that, but they would want other things. Too bad. Can't have it. But all of those things added up, it adds up to about because of the skewer in the morning, I have blueberries, strawberries, and kiwi with it. And everything together for the day ends up coming to 1,800 calories. Was what I was doing for my 9%. So yeah, that's what I'll be going back to. 1,800 calories a day. Probably have to do it for 2 weeks. And get back to my 9%. And people ask, like, why did you want 9%? I don't know. I like the number. I feel good with it. I like it. I feel healthy. I look better. It's what I think I should be at. Can't prove it absolutely, but it's what feels right. So it's what I go with. Yeah. And once I get back there, I can go back to my maintenance workout, which is what I've been doing. So instead of increasing, and I'll stick to 2,000 calories probably. I probably won't go over that. So I'll go, right now I'm going to go back to starting today, I'm going to go back to my 9% workout, which is a pretty extreme workout. It is what it is. Gotta do what you gotta do to accomplish something. So, yeah. Oh well. Well, I'll let you know how it goes. It'd be a lot of fun, I'm sure. I don't really mind. It's a hard one, but it's just irritating that it didn't work out like I thought it would. I don't understand. I would like to figure out what factor isn't working with me. You know, I know my body's got problems. Like, for instance, I don't seem to process iron properly. I have to take an iron supplement. Like, what do you mean you have to take an iron supplement? Dude, you eat all this spinach and kale every single day and all this red meat? I was like, yeah, but my body does not process iron for some reason. It doesn't extract it from food. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Like, my iron is so low. If I don't take the supplement, my iron will get so low they won't even let me donate blood. And even with the supplement, I've had it happen. It's like, wow. Yeah, it's crazy. So, but work with what you got. Oh, I will say then, coffee's okay. It's disappointing. I'd hoped it was going to be a little bit better, but what did they say? They say blackcurrant, apricot, silky. I think silky is a little bit untrue. Blackcurrant, I get that. Not getting any apricot kind of note. I would say there's a slightly earthy note to it. Blackcurrant, earthy, little bit of cream. No, I wouldn't use the word silky. Yeah. Oh, well. Because I had heard that it was comparable to the Stumptown Ethiopia, which I really like. No. No. Better than average, but not great. 6 out of 10. Anyway, well, I'm gonna finish chopping up this stuff because I do have to finish off all the foods that I was planning on having. Can't throw things away, so it's gonna be miserable for the next 2 days finishing off these foods because I have to eat very few of it, very little of it, so I won't be able to eat full serving sizes. Very irritating. Very irritating. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, you have a good one or a bad one. I won't tell you what to do. But I will tell myself what to do, and that is to get back to 9%. So,